Alice, the Forgetful Fate Book 1. Prologue. A hush fell over the cavernous space as Alice, a striking figure with flowing green hair and enigmatic green eyes, stepped into the light. Her voice, a mesmerizing blend of honey and steel, echoed through the gathering. "We are at a crossroads, my friends," she began, her voice low and deliberate. "A crossroads where shadows loom and truths are veiled. For too long, we have been shackled by a false peace, a peace built on lies and deceit." A murmur rippled through the crowd. Some exchanged nervous glances, while others, drawn by her magnetic presence, leaned forward with rapt attention. Hope, a fragile flame, flickered in their eyes, but it was a hope tempered by fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the consequences of defiance. Hidden among the crowd, a cloaked figure watched Alice intently. Desi, an elven woman of ancient lineage, with flaming red hair hidden beneath her hood and golden eyes that shimmered like the sun, was a sight to behold. She was slight and not very tall, her porcelain skin contrasting with the rough texture of her cloak. She had journeyed far, seeking answers, her heart aching for the lost, including her friend Cardi, the wise and courageous centaur. In the back of the cavern, a group of centaurs, their powerful forms blending seamlessly with the shadows, listened with heavy hearts. They were a motley crew, outlaws and misfits, united by a common cause. Their eyes, filled with sorrow and longing, mirrored the despair of the crowd. They had come seeking answers, seeking justice for their missing friend, Cardi. "I am Alice," she continued, her voice rising. "A name that has been whispered in the darkest corners of the realm. A name that has been feared and revered. A name that will soon be spoken with reverence and awe." A low growl echoed from the back of the cavern. A burly dwarf, his beard a tangle of fire and frustration, stepped forward. "Enough of your theatrics, Faye," he bellowed, his voice a mix of fear and defiance. "Y'all and Elliot have brought us peace. They have protected us from the chaos that once consumed this realm." The crowd stirred, a collective gasp rippling through the cavern. Fear and anger mingled in their hearts. They knew the truth, the terrible truth, of what happened to those who dared to speak ill of Y'all and his family. They had seen the disappearances, the empty homes, the chilling silence. Yet in Alice's eyes, they saw a flicker of hope, a spark of defiance. Her words, like a balm to their wounded souls, soothed their fears and ignited their anger. They were tired of living in the shadow of fear, of being mere puppets in Y'all's grand scheme. Alice's voice, a clarion call, echoed through the cavern. "Peace," she scoffed, her voice dripping with contempt. "A fragile peace, built on the backs of the oppressed and the forgotten. A peace that will crumble like dust beneath our feet." She paused, her gaze locking onto the dwarfs. "You speak of Y'all and Elliot as saviors, but I see them as tyrants. They have stolen our birthright, imprisoned our kin, and condemned us to a future of servitude." A hush fell over the crowd as they hung onto her every word. "But no longer," Alice declared, her voice rising to a crescendo. "No longer will we cower in the shadows. No longer will we be pawns in their twisted game. We will rise, united and defiant. We will reclaim our destiny, and we will overthrow the tyrants who have held us captive." A surge of energy pulsed through the cavern. The travelers, their hearts aflame with hope and defiance, began to stir. They were no longer mere spectators, but a force to be reckoned with. A new era was dawning, an era of courage, of rebellion, and of ultimate victory.